Cam Ward electing not to go into the game is a huge topic in the sports world, Smitty, as we all know.
Yep.
I don't know why, Smitty, when I showed you and texted you the messages, why Cam Ward's folks reached out to me after a video that I posted. Let's give you a little context. Bailey, does Bailey, you got that Twitter video?
Yeah, he does.
Let's show the video and show everybody what went viral yesterday as I was sitting here on a Sunday.
What up, man? It's the real Coach JB. Listen, everybody's hitting me up about this Cam Ward situation, man. Listen, here's the problem. I didn't watch the game because it just is worthless. College football is a joke. I was on the fucking yacht, chilling. But this is what I have to say. I think the rules in the NCAA have put this cat and so many others in a bad predicament from allowing them to even play a half of a game or not. That's number one. Number two, I'm choosing violence today because these kids have zero character, no integrity, and could care less about their team or their institution. That's why they go to 4 different institutions in a matter of 4 years. They could give a fuck less what's on that diploma. They're chasing a bag, and we've allowed that. The grown men in the rooms have allowed and enabled these kids to become entitled beyond belief. And don't suit up. That's the issue I have with this. Do not fucking suit up at all. Don't give you a reason to even go out there and say, oh, I'm going to break a record. And then fuck you guys who I rode with all year long because we lost a few games because our defense is so bad. And listen, here it is. There's the bottom line. The truth of the matter is you don't want to hear. Selfish fucks is what this game is all about right now. They're all fucking selfish. They could give a fuck less about their team, their players, their staff, their team, their university. It is what it is. You all allowed it instead of coached it, and it's a mockery at this point. And shame on us, man, for allowing these kids to do what they do. Chase a bag, pay for play, and this is what you get. I would never have let them suit up if I was a head coach. I wouldn't even allow them to suit up if that was the agreement. Fuck that. We're here to win a game, and you're getting a lot of money. NIL money means pay to play. Fucking play what I pay you for. It's that simple. This is a mockery. It's getting out of hand, and it's a joke, and it's hard to watch. I won't watch it right now. But my personal opinion is, he knew Shedeur Sanders was playing later in the day. He wanted to one-up Shedeur. Oh, I'll play just because I know he's going to play, and then I'll just sit out the second half after I break the record. Shit is a joke, man. It's a mockery, and it's a slap in the face to his coach, his staff, his teammates, and everybody else that pay to watch him play as Miami fans. Absolute joke, man. But don't miss the Coach JB show tomorrow with Big Smitty.
Smitty, that was my take. I want to be clear. That ruffled some feathers, apparently, with Mr. Ward and Mrs. Ward, Cam's father and mother. Not in a bad way, though. Apparently, the father of Cam Ward is a fan of mine, and we have several mutual friends we did not know. And they got my cell number, Smitty, and called me directly. I'm like, who is this? They left me text messages after I ignored the call because I didn't know the number. And it was Cam Ward's agent, his father, and his mother, who I spoke to for about 45 minutes yesterday on a 4-way conversation. So let me break down why they called me. I have no idea. The video went viral. It's viral on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. I get it. It is what it is. Why they called me, I don't know. I told them that, hey, pleasure to speak to you guys. But I want to be clear, Smitty, on the video we just looked at.
Yeah.
That was my perspective as if I were a coach or a player. I didn't attack Cam because I know a coach that coached Cam at Incarnate Word. I know a coach that coached Cam at Wazoo. I had several players that were teammates of Cam's at Wazoo. I know everything I've heard is a great kid. Here's the issue. I had a 30-minute conversation with his dad and his mom last night, plus their agent, who's texting me now. They are willing to come on the show this morning. I'm waiting on to see if they're going to be able to make it. They're off 2 hours sleep from the bowl game to back home to Texas, and then they're flying again that last night, I guess, on a red eye. They're all gung-ho to come on the show. I told them to come on, explain it. We're the first show smoking. I'm sure McAfee's and everyone else's bigger shows will take it from here, but we're the first one. If you want to have a real conversation, since you think I'm real and you respected me enough to call me, come on the show. I would never put you in a negative light. I said I'll be honest with you. But I had a conversation with them both, and so they may be joining us, the mother and the father, and I talked to Cam with them. If they can find time, like I said, they may be joining us here in the next 15, 20 minutes. Cam's dad and mother have been on the defense of their son, as they should be, ever since ESPN and other outlets posted like basically said Cam quit on the team before ESPN or anybody else did any deep dive, all right? I was on the boat, Smitty. I didn't even watch the bowl game. I'm getting blown up like Cam quit, didn't want to enter the game, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, whatever. I'm laughing on the boat because I see Steve Kim posted a tweet, and I didn't know they lost by 1 point. So I'm on the boat getting some and I was like,
listen, what?
I'm laughing, Smitty. I'm like, oh, hell, Steve Kim, they lost? So I'm just laughing, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't post anything. I didn't care. You all call it meaningless bowl game. So guess what? The fans are going to say it's meaningless. I'm not going to watch it. So I posted my thoughts as to what I would or wouldn't allow as a head coach or a player in that video we just watched. That was what I want to be clear on what I said. It wasn't no personal attack on Cam Ward. I said this is what everybody does if you listen to the video. His dad is a fan of mine and reached out. We had a good talk with him and his agent. His agent is actually Eric Weddle's first agent. So there's a lot of mutual relationships involved. The mother is a great woman. I talked to her as well. I told him it's nothing personal. I know coaches who coach Cam, and I've had a lot of people tell me he's a great kid and they love him, and I'm taking my buddy's word on it. Right. My take, however, is what I would have done, Smitty, if I were the coach or the player when I played. That's all it was. So I want to be clear as to what I said. We just showed the video with Bailey. I don't want to hear it's about injury risk, though, because it's a oxymoronic take if you're going to defend. And I'm just letting Smitty know and everybody know from the gate, do not come at me about it's a risk injury issue, because I have something for you. He played the first half to break a record. Please don't pee on me and tell me it's raining either, guys. That's what I told the parents, homie. I'm just being honest. We know he played to break a record. And the fact that he wanted the other QB to play, which was what the parents' explanation to me is, right, fine and dandy. It's fine and dandy. You can, okay. But it has nothing to do with the fact that I wouldn't have suited up if I was the player or the coach. I'm all about records and all that and accolades. But you wouldn't have suited up if it wasn't about those records and those accolades, Cam Ward. Don't pee, homie. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. I'm just going to keep it funky. Just say I wanted to break the record and then I was done. That was the agreement. Just say that, though. And then everybody shuts up. Don't say it was about there was a deal because this is what the dad told me, dog. And I'm not going to put too much business out there in confidence. But the dad told me, regardless if the kid threw 0 touchdowns or 5, he wasn't going to play in the second half. That's what the dad told me. I don't understand why you suit up then.
Real quick, JB.
Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but in response to that comment, you said he only played in the first half to break the record. I know you weren't watching the game, so just to give you some more context, he actually broke the record in the first quarter with like 4 minutes left. He threw a touchdown. I think it was the Jacoby George, I want to say, for a touchdown, and that was the 156th touchdown that actually broke the record. So he could have set out from that point on. He played the rest of the first half when it had nothing to do with the record. So just to give you a little bit of pushback, I don't think it was 100% just the record. Because if that was the case, at that point, he's done. First quarter, he's out. He played the whole first half, got 3 touchdowns, got the rhythm going, and then he set out. Listen, me as a player, I don't sit out. Let me start there. As a competitor, knowing how competitive I am, I don't sit out. I was talking to my homeboy the other day, one of my teammates, he's a coach now, and we were just kind of talking about the situation. And I told him, I said, listen, we also didn't play in this era. So it's easy for me right now with my brain to be like, no way, no how do I sit out. You know, we played the whole season. Like going to a smaller school too, bowl games were everything. Now going to Miami, maybe to them, Pop-Tart Bowl or whatever means nothing to them. It's like it's probably natty or nothing, and I get that. But for a lot of other teams, like growing up, you made to a bowl game, that was an accomplishment. You want to finish the season with the bang. You know, it don't matter if you had a 7-5 year or 10-2 year, whatever the case may be. Let's finish what we started with your teammates, with your brothers. That's my natural mindset. But I do also can take a step back and understand that, hey, this guy's going to be maybe the number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick, whatever the case may be. And I'm sorry, JB, I got to bring it up. But yeah, in the event that he goes out there and breaks his leg in the second half, who's gonna give him that money that he misses out on now? Who's gonna take care of him that way? Like, so it's easy for us on the outside to just be like, oh, fuck it, go play, da, 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 da. But like, I'm not in his shoes. I've never been in his shoes.
I told you don't bring that up, dog. I'm gonna make you look bad, homie. I'm just telling you. You shouldn't have did it. I tried to give you a chance beforehand. Don't bring up injury.
Hold on, last thing. I know you about to go in. Last thing. It's just like in the NFL. A lot of the top teams in the preseason, they may play a quarter, they may play a half, but they don't play the full game. Why? Because they don't want to risk something crazy happening. Let them play long enough to get them going, get their feet wet, and then they take a step back. Right here, I think he wanted to play the first half, 1, to break the record, of course. 2, to just try to give them a good, lead, good energy going long enough to where now when he passed the keys over to the backup guy who ain't played all year long, he would have enough railway, whatever word you want to use, to be able to win that game. Now, obviously, it didn't go in their favor. It lost by 1 point, but I think that was the mindset. Again, I wouldn't have done it, me, personally, but just because I wouldn't have done it doesn't mean I don't understand another perspective. But go ahead, JB.
I told people don't bring up the injury thing because I'm going to prove to you guys it's an oxymoronic take. I don't agree with the NFL take you made either. I get your point. A fair one, but I don't agree with the NFL takes either about playing a quarter and not this next one and all that. Don't play at all. Here's the issue I have with this particular situation and this whole injury take. And I've been murking cats on Twitter about it, and their own selves that come up with it. When I say this, they're like, you got a point, JB. Here's the issue. Then why did you play the first half, Smitty? Don't tell me you're worried about getting injured in the second half if it wasn't about a record. Please, I had to tell the daddy that. The daddy even got quiet, homie. So in the first half, Smitty, when I was going after the record, injuries had no issue at all.
In the first quarter, JB.
Hold on, though.
I
suited up, right? I suited up to go get a record. Why is injury not an issue then, homie? So injuries now all of a sudden kicked in after I broke the record, and now in the second half I can't play because I'm going to get injured? Then why did you play the first half, homie?
But the longer you play, JB, the more at risk you are. Like that. Like, come on now, we know that.
Playing that game, homie. We got to stop playing the game and call it what it is. We got to call a spade, a circle, and a square. He wouldn't have suited up if it wasn't about a record, homie. Because if it was about getting injured, then he wouldn't have played at all. Don't bring up the fact that, all of a sudden now in the second half he could get hurt. But he wasn't about getting hurt in the first half when he got the record. I'm confused, homie. So when he stepped on that field, he's risk adverse when he stepped on the field when he suited up. Is he not? Just like you and I were when we played, right?
Of course, 100%, yes.
Then don't tell me it's not about a record and I'm going to have to go do it regardless if I throw 0 touchdowns or 5, homie. If that was the record, if that was the case, if I threw 0 touchdowns or 5, then I wouldn't have played at all. Come on, homie. It makes 0 sense. And then you bring up the injury part of this whole thing, which everybody's using today in their narrative, and they don't remember the fact that the kid suited up and played the first half. So if you did that, don't tell me you're worried about second half injuries. So second half injuries are much greater than first half injuries in football, homie. Come on, Smitty, it sounds ridiculous. You know it does too. Let's keep it funky. You play the first half, Smitty, then you know you're all in. It's not 1 foot in, 1 foot out, homie. We're fucking all in if we're going to play or don't play. If it wasn't about, I'm hearing a lot of contradictory stories, Smitty, from everybody involved. It's not about the records, but I'm going to play the first half, regardless if I throw 0 or 5 touchdowns. Okay, that's kind of contradictory. Second half, I don't want to get injured. So if I don't want to blow my NFL money, well, then why did you play the first half? And then I'm like, well, see what I'm saying, Smitty? It ain't adding up, homie. It doesn't make sense. So don't play it all. Let Emory Jones play the whole game. That was what you guys talked about. Or you play the game, because here's my thing, Smitty. The game was a 1-point loss, and you had a chance to go in the game. Now we're discussing injury. You just played the first half. Now you don't want to go in and get our team the victory, down 1, and now it's about injury, homie. Your feet are already wet, Smitty. It's like I don't want to put my shoes on because my feet are already wet. Well, then go in, right? We tell our kids to go in the water then. Like, it does not make sense whichever way you spin it.
But JB, like,
don't play.
To me, what you're explaining though is what life is, and especially today's age of players. Like, he probably was indecisive. He probably this whole week was like, "Damn, man, like I want to be out there and play with my teammates, but I definitely don't want to risk getting hurt." He got agents in his ear telling him he probably shouldn't play, managers in his ear telling him he shouldn't play, parents probably telling him one thing, but at the same time, he want to go out there with his teammates. He wants to break the record. He got all this information coming in. So for him, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna play first half, get the record, get my team momentum going. Then I'm gonna pass it to our back quarterback who ain't played all year long. Allow him to go out there, play in front of his family, and then hopefully we can win the game. That was the mindset that I believe he had. He went in there with a lukewarm mindset. God said, "Don't be lukewarm." He didn't know what to do, so he kind of went in the middle.
Yeah. Let me stop you though. I gotta stop you before you keep going. When do football players, you and I, when we play, get injured most?
When you're not playing full speed.
You can't go in lukewarm, homie. You can't go into a game lukewarm situation. You can't talk to me about playing quarterback or football and talking about I'm going to go in there with a lukewarm mindset and not be injured. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. My point is, homie, we're finding ways to defend this shit. It's like, it's real simple. I look at Coach Cristobal, number one, and I respect Coach, and I've known him a long time. Hold on, sorry. All right, here's the message. TikTok, hold on. I'm talking to Cam Ward here. Coach, they like to join at a later date if possible. They appreciate the opportunity. As today they are not able to join. Appreciate you, man. So, not coming on today. So, they are watching the show right now and said much respect. Here's the thing. Mr. and Mrs. Ward, come on this week if you want, if you can. I'd love to talk to you. I just told them, let us be the first show to have you guys on. That's all I said.
Yep.
So I said, and Mr. Ward said he respects me enough to where we'll be the first show that they come on. So let's have that happen this week. Here's the issue. First of all, Smitty, you know me and everyone else knows me enough. Do you think I'm really going to make up a Cam Ward story and say it out loud on public air? And like, I'm making this up, you fucking idiots.
Right. I saw the comment. I was like, how are you going to say that to me?
Yeah, I'm just making it up so Cam and everybody can tweet and say, JB, nobody knows you. You fucking idiots. God damn, like, I'm that dumb. But anyway, Smitty, hopefully they come on. Here's the issue. You can't go half-assing in this game, man. It's like driving NASCAR.
I'm just saying that from my vantage point, I think that's what the kid was thinking. That's what Cam was thinking. I think he's like, damn, you gotta imagine, man, this guy got 1,000 people in his ear right now. Come this way, go this way, go do this, don't do that. So I really think he was just like, man, let me go down the middle. Let me play a little bit, you know what I mean? Help my team out a little bit, break this record. Go, like, I'm not saying he went on the field with a halfway mindset, like I'm gonna go out here and just play around. Like, nah, I think I watched the game. Like, first half, he was Cam Ward. He was playing normal Cam Ward. He wasn't out there lackadaisical, but I think he knew I'm gonna play one half. And then if I break the record, cool. If I don't, cool. But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take a step back, because the longer you play, the more you play, the more at risk you are to get hurt. If you play football long enough, you will get hurt. We all know that. I played forever with no injury, and I got hurt going to my senior year. We got to stop defending, though. You play football. We got to stop defending. I'm telling you what I think his mindset was. I told you I wouldn't have done it. That was my opening statement. I know. I'm just saying, though, we can't defend it on the other side then. You got to be all in or all out as a guy analyzing it as well, like me.
I'm not defending the kid at all. I like the kid. I've known great things about him. I know players that play with him, coaches that coach him. Great kid, okay. The issue I have is I can't go out here and defend him just because he's a good kid either. Don't play at all, because here's the issue, Smitty, as a player and as a coach. First of all, with Coach Cristobal, let's talk about that. Steve Kim will join us at 8 o'clock. Steve will join us at 8. Bailey, if you could email Shaun the link and let him know 8:30 to end the show, if you can. And Matt will join us here in about 30 minutes. So we got to load the show without Edub today. Edub will join us Friday. But here's the thing, Smitty. We can't bring up the fact that you and I know as a coach, the leadership needs to go into this game all-in mindset. All right, man, we're going to go win this bowl game. A good Iowa State team won 10 games, played for their conference title game. We didn't get to do that. So they're going to be a serious opponent. This is the game plan. Cam's not going to play. We're going to get Emory Jones ready to go for next season. A good young quarterback prospect. We're going to go with him. Oh, fuck it. Let's go, Coach. Woo! So right then, I know who's in and who's not. I know by the team meeting, Smitty. I'm addressing the team. I've had these discussions. Hey, man, I'm going to bring Malik Henry back. This is the situation. Oh. If I see that, which I saw certain guys, now I know the approach I need to take. If I see, hell yeah, let's go, Coach, fuck it. Then I know, all right, here it is. Now, let's go here. All right, guys. Cam's going to play the first half. He's going to go after a record. If he gets the record, he's going to come out of the game, and we're going to play Emory. If he don't get the record, he's going to possibly play homie, where's my team?
Said, though, James. So no, I gotta stop you because again, the record was broke 4 minutes left in the first quarter. So
no. What do you mean? That was what was said, homie. I'm telling you, this is Thursday night. This is Thursday night, Smitty, in the team meeting. What do you mean? This is what was said. What happened in the game is not what I'm talking about. I'm the coach, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, I got you.
If he breaks the record, he'll come out, guys. So I'm asking you as a player, Smitty, you've been in these meetings.
Yeah.
What is your now thought process? Go back 10 years. Don't talk about this generation.
No, I'm with
Let's talk
I'm
about.
like, all right.
All right. So what are we doing? So what are we doing? What are we doing? Is Cam going to play? What if it's a tight game? I mean, if I'm the players, I'm like, whoa, what are we doing? Now Emory's going to be in. To me, it's like you're shuffling card decks, homie, and you don't know which one your players are on. You can't be a leader like that. So I'm talking directly at Cristobal right now. You can't be that guy and be a half. You can't go in, half-stepping in this thing. As the leader of men, it either needs to be, hey, Cam is done, and let's do a celebratory thing on a Thursday. You know how we used to do in the team meeting. Hey, man, go be the first-round pick, blah, blah, blah. Appreciate what you've done. Whoop-de-whoop, and make it that, and then let's rally behind Emory, and I bet you that game's not even close because Miami's more talented. They go out and they win that game by 10 or more. But we got this gray area discussion where, hey, Cam's going to suit up. Then he's going to take his shit off if he gets the record. Not literally or figuratively. I'm just giving you a figuratively answer. He's going to take his shit off, chill on the sideline with us, and now let's go win the game. You see what I'm saying? There's a huge message discrepancy, Smitty, and I just can't. You cannot do it as a head coach. I'm not questioning Cristobal. I'm just giving you my opinion on Cristobal. I wouldn't have allowed it as the head coach. It would have been one way or the other. Hey, Cam, on the sideline in fatigues, or you're on the sideline in Miami uniform and gear, and we're gonna play to win. Because I don't understand. Because I'm doing this, Smitty. Cam, we paid you $8 million. This is the last check I got from the collective. Cam, this is that new Cadillac they got you. Hey, homie. It's that condo on the beach they gave you, right? So I'm going to need you to motherfucking play, homie. I'm going to need you to motherfucking play because that's what pay for play is. Fucking real simple, homie. I don't know why we're discussing this shit, homie. Y'all want to be professionals on one side, but now over here we're amateurs. We're just kids, coach. We don't know. Fuck that. You want the 8 mil, homie. I'm just telling you, we cannot keep talking about this like this, Smitty. You can't, homie. You got to be all in or the fuck out. I'm tired of hearing this half-assing and half-stepping, dog. You got to either be all in or all out. I paid you to win me every game you played during your tenure at my university. That should be in the contract.
Not a contract, though. Sign it.
Well, but that's not my discrepancy. That should be an already done thing. I don't know anybody as stupid as this, Smitty, to give a 18 to 25-year-old kid multi-millions of dollars and not hold them to the fire. Whoever's doing that, shame on you.
Yeah, it's happening, though.
I'm just telling you, shame on you. Because I said in my video that's going viral, Smitty, blame the adult. Did I not?
Yeah.
I didn't say blame Cam Ward. I didn't say blame these guys. Blame the adults. But that's the problem, homie. You can't sit here because I got receipts. I got receipts. And you cannot fight that argument, homie. We're paying you $8 million. Like, it doesn't make sense not to play. But here's the thing, Smitty. How pissed off are you as a teammate, coach, or administrator that knows Cam Ward's getting a lot of money and then doesn't finish the game with his team that he's been riding with the whole time and knowing he rides away in a Bentley, goes off to the NFL, and has already made a killing in college. And I'm the 99th percentile, just so we clear. I'm Darnell Smith. I'm Jason Brown. I'm Bailey. I'm all these guys sitting on the bench in there that are 99 percenters, Smitty. We're in the 99 percentile that makes under a certain dollar amount. We don't make the millions. We're making thousands, if that.
Right.
I'm pissed, homie. Like, hold on, dog. Like, you can't finish the season with me.
Me personally, I'm not counting my teammates' money because at the end of the day, if I was a better player, then I'd be in that position to make that money. But I'm not, so I can't compare myself to.
But you can't compare yourself. You can't compare yourself. But we're talking 90 other players that's just fact.
I mean, obviously went on NIL, but I mean, it was certain teammates and stuff who got certain perks that I didn't get, or somebody didn't get, or I got certain perks at certain times that other players didn't get, whether it was money or other things. So like, that's the part I disagree with you. I don't really care about the money, but as a competitor, I would be like, damn, man, like I want to win. At the end of the day, that's who I was. I hate losing. So at the end of the day, if you on this field, you my teammate, and if our best chance of winning is having you in the game with us, that's what I want. I had a teammate who didn't play our bowl game. Actually, he was getting ready for the draft. And I'm like, damn, man, like, I understand why he's doing it. I understand. But I'm not happy about it because I want to win this game.
Hey, Smitty, when's the last time Miami won a bowl game?
I don't know.
Does anybody know? I don't know either. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
I'm curious. Steve will know. I'm curious only because that's another defactor to me. Like, I chose – here's what I told the dad, and he kind of got quiet on this. I said, sir, you left Wazoo to go to Miami to win the same amount of games. Have you thought of that? Has anybody thought of that? You left Wazoo to go to Miami to win the same amount of games. Let's keep it all the way funky, homie. That is what people don't want to sit there and talk about. We are moving too much. And that's a whole other discussion. I don't want to get into that. We got time for that later. But I'm just saying, think big picture, dog. You went to Miami for what then? Just a bag? Because Miami hasn't won a bowl game in 8 years.
Right.
You chose to go to Miami, leave Wazoo, who just won 9 games as well or whatever, 9 games. So Miami won 1 more game. So you left there to win 1 more game. All right, let me be clear. So then, what did I go there for? So I didn't go there to win a bowl game for my guys.
Bigger program, more visibility, bigger bag, and the opportunity.
Again, you're telling me, Smitty, you're proving my point. This is why I went there. Yeah. That's my point, homie.
Yeah,
so
that's what it is. I mean,
what you're telling me, and it's a great conversation. What you're telling me now is then there is no hope. Hope is lost.
I'm saying when they're transferring for their own selfish needs, of course. Like
then you're telling me it's a sad. No,
I'm saying even
no, it wasn't. Don't tell me it's always been that, homie. It's not always been that, Smitty. Smitty, it's not always been that. I was going to Miami to play with Darnell Smith because we were on DMs and I created a bond with him. I know he's telling me the culture's right. I could win in Miami. That's why we went there, homie. I never went there because, I'm going to go throw for 4,000 yards and I got more light on me. This is my point, Smitty. You're making my point, Smitty. Thank you, homie. No, I get what you're saying, but listen real quick and I'll let you cook. You're making my point. Cam Ward went into a football game to attain a record. He did not go back in the game once the record was attained. You are telling me that you are going to that school for selfish reasons now. You're making my point as to why he didn't go back in the game. This is why I'm so saddened by college football right now. You're telling me this is what it is. It's a selfish ideology. That's what we're playing football for now in college, to chase a bag down, to attain self-records, self-accolades, certain things. And I'm not going there no more for a certain amount of teammates that I've become cool with. I'm not going there to win me a bowl game that this school hasn't won in 8 years. And then I'm not going there to win a natty. I'm going there to self-direct my stock in the draft and my bag. There is a fundamental issue with that thinking, and that is what is ruining college football in the very front of our eyes. And I'm going to be honest, Smitty, on the flip side of that, Smitty, the administrators, the coaches, and the collectives can't sit here and accept that without a contract. Because without that, I as a collective am paying Cam Ward to win me games and a natty, supposedly, right?
Yeah.
There's two things going on, Smitty. The collectives are paying these kids, but you just told us the kids' thought process, and it's a selfish one. So how am I going to go in here and think this way, but yet these guys are going to pay me to win me a bowl game for my institution who hasn't won in 8 years? And then the kid doesn't play in the second half. There's a fundamental breakdown on the two parties that I don't think anyone else has talked about on any other show. So I'm glad that this conversation is being had, because we got a problem, Houston, and it's coming from collectives and coaches to the players that are going to schools for selfish reasons. There's a huge issue here, and we got to break that down at some point during the week in an even deeper detail, in a deeper dive, because it's a very interesting one. I'm just seeing it on both sides, dog, because they haven't won a game in 8 years, Smitty. If I went to Miami to win a game, I would be like, let me get this win, coach. Like, we don't think about being injured, Smitty. But see, now we're talking about it so much in the media that it's become a thought process now. Oh, JB, what if he gets hurt in his jab drop? You get hurt walking your fucking doggy, homie. Let's stop with that shit. So you played the first half, not an issue. But now I can't go in. I played 11 games already, Smitty, but not an issue. Like, come on, man. We got to stop, homie. When you start thinking about injuries is when you get injured.